I'm Mega Mike the Movie Man, and today I got a Mega Movie plan. Today, I'm back with another Mega review for you all. I'm going to be reviewing Batman Forever. Yes, this is episode 3 on the road to the Batman release. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on the movie. I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and my recommendation on whether you should go back and see this movie in preparation for the new Batman release. So stick around to the end of the video for that recommendation. Also, for my physical media collectors out there, I will be reviewing the Batman Forever 4K. I'll go over the audio and visual quality on this, so definitely stay throughout the entire video so you can see this unboxing. But without further ado, let's get started.
Me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black
Now to get into the good of the movie. So Batman Forever is directed by Joel Schumacher, and Schumacher has done some decent films before. He directed The Lost Boys and Phone Booth, which I think are really solid movies. Now Schumacher was able to get a great cast of characters together for Batman Forever. You have Val Kilmer playing Bruce Wayne, and you totally buy him as a billionaire. And then you have Chris O'Donnell playing an older Robin. You have Nicole Kidman playing the psychologist love interest. Then you have two villains. You got Jim Carrey playing the Riddler, and then Tommy Lee Jones playing Two-Face. And so this is a good little all-star cast of actors here. And I initially liked the premise and setup for this movie. You have a running theme throughout this movie where Bruce Wayne is still dealing with the grief of losing his parents and how he feels responsible for it. So that adds some emotional elements to the movie. And then the initial villain plot is great as well. The villains are trying to solve the biggest riddle of all: who is the Batman? And when they find out that it's Bruce Wayne, they want to torture his mind and play these villainous games with him so he learns a lesson. And then I like that third act of the movie. They go by air and by sea to the villain headquarters to face off against Riddler and the Two-Face, but Batman uses his wits about him. He does a psychology angle here where he's kind of able to get into the minds of Two-Face and Riddler to basically outsmart them and defeat the villains and save everyone. And I initially like the pairing up of Robin and Batman in this movie. I think eventually it comes together as a good partnership towards the end of the movie. So initially, I do like the basic story elements of this movie. You also have another great musical score in this movie that you can just listen to all day. So there's actually a lot of good components for this movie to be promising. Now to get into the bad of the movie. Because this movie has a different director, it totally has a different style and tone. This movie is much more neon lights and a lot more silly and campy. There is no longer that dark, gritty Gotham tone. And you see that with a lot of the characters here. Bruce Wayne is okay, but when you have Val Kilmer as Batman, he starts to say some really cheesy lines like he'll just get drive-through, and even his Batmobile just looks like a toy. It doesn't really look like it would be a stealthy vehicle to ride in because it's so brightly blue colored, and it just doesn't work for a Batman movie. And then you have the villains that are really just eccentric and out there and cartoonish and just how they move. I mean, you have Jim Carrey being wacky Jim Carrey in here, and even Tommy Lee Jones is really wacky in this movie for some reason and very cartoonish and campy. And I know Tommy Lee Jones can do serious dramatic performances, but I guess it's just how the character is written here. So the script does not do this movie any favors. It just has so many silly moments and some things that don't make sense. Like, why does this older Robin get paired up with Bruce Wayne? Like, isn't he old enough? He looks like a 30-year-old adult that can take care of himself. Why is he being sent to go live with Bruce Wayne? So even though I do like their partnership by the end of the movie, it's just a weird setup how they give this adult male to now Bruce Wayne. It doesn't make any sense. And so this movie just is all over the place at times, very cheesy, no consistency with the other films. this just feels like a completely different series once you now get into Batman Forever.
Your entrance was good. His was better.
Now to get into my recommendation of the movie. Now, should you see this movie in preparation for the Batman release? No. If you haven't seen this movie yet, totally can skip this one. To me, this is not going to have any resemblance in themes or tones to the new Batman movie. Yes, I know you got Riddler in this one, and you're going to have Riddler in the Batman, but I hope this new Riddler is completely different. And what we've seen from the trailers, it looks like he's a lot different, more calculating, very intelligent, and yeah, just has no resemblance to Jim Carrey's Riddler. So I think that's a positive. So you can totally skip this movie. Like I said, this movie just isn't a good Batman movie. It's not dark enough in tone. Now, it's a good movie for the kids. You know, if you just want to watch something as a silly family movie, not take it too seriously, then sure, you know, give Batman Forever a try. But if you're looking for just serious Batman films that get you in the mood for this new Batman release, I don't think Batman Forever is going to help you out at all. So totally can skip it if you haven't seen it before.
By the way, I've seen your mind, freak.
Alright, now let's take a look at the 4K copy. So let's look at the front cover, and wow, I do like the green, it fits perfect with the Riddler. However, once again, I don't like the white background. You can't really see the details in Gotham City, so don't like that style, but at least you got the two villains on there. I'm surprised they didn't put a Robin on this one, actually. Well, at least you got Riddler and Two-Face. And then you just have the simple spine there. And then you can always zoom in to check out these special features. Once again, I don't think these special features are any different from past releases, but if I'm wrong on that, please let me know in the comments. Now, this 4K was absolutely fantastic. The Ultra HD with the HDR, ooh, everything just came through perfectly. All the lighting, all the characters' faces and costumes and hair just shine through really nice in this movie. And so I really think this is definitely worth the 4K upgrade, especially with the true Dolby Atmos soundtrack. Hearing that score was just fantastic. So really strong upgrade over my DVD set that I have. So definitely 4K, I think, on this one shines through really, really nicely. Get to see some really great details. Now let's take a look at the inside. Similar style to the other disc, but now you have the green coloring on both these discs. So I think the discs are okay. I like how the styles are different from the 4K to Blu-ray, even though they are still a little simple, but at least you have them color coded differently, and these discs are green. So they stick with the green theme on this one. So overall, I think this is a good upgrade. Like I said, I think you're going to be blown away by hearing the score on this one, by seeing how this one looks if in 4K with the HDR. I mean, it just comes through so nicely, and so definitely worth a upgrade for me.
You're a genius.
So that will do it for today's mega review of Batman Forever. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this movie? Are there any fans of it out there? Also, if you're just discovering my channel for the first time, make sure you subscribe right now. I'm going to get you more on the road to Batman episodes, more reviews, rankings, movie news, movie hauls, you name it. We'll talk everything movies on this channel. Also, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss when I post a video. Also, like the video, and if you haven't seen the other two On the Road to Batman episodes, make sure you check those out as well. So this is Mega Mike the Movie Man reminding you to make every day a movie day.